you're not going to let your personal opinions affect your decisions. You're going to follow precedent.
Absolutely. I will follow whatever precedent comes from the Supreme Court.
So let's talk about your personal opinions, which will be irrelevant to your position on the court. Do you believe that minorities need special help to succeed?
Senator, again, I don't have a personal position, and sitting here as a current sitting judge and as nominee,
Have you thought about that?
I am aware that we have given preferential treatment. It's been subject to a lot of different court cases. The issue.
Do you agree with that or disagree with it?
What you just watched is exactly why Senate confirmation hearings matter. Welcome back to Congress Lens. I'm Audrey, and today we're breaking down this heated exchange between Senator John Kennedy and judicial nominee Judge Alikon, and I'll be very honest from the jump. Senator Kennedy was absolutely right to press these questions. This wasn't grandstanding. This wasn't politics. This was about clarity, accountability, and intellectual honesty from someone seeking a lifetime appointment to the federal bench. If you care about how judges think, not just how they rule, stay with me till the end of this video, because this conversation exposed something very important. Backhand index pointing right if you enjoy clear-eyed breakdowns of Congress, the courts, and political accountability. Make sure you like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode here on Congress Lens. Now let's talk about what really happened.
Judge Alikon, am I saying that right?
Yes, Senator.
Okay. Will you allow your personal or political beliefs to affect your decisions?
No, Senator. My personal beliefs have never played a role in the positions I took as an advocate, nor do they play a role in the positions I take as a judge when I'm neutrally deciding a case.
Okay. I'm glad we got that off the table. Let me ask you a few questions about how you view the world. Do you believe that minorities need special help to succeed?
Senator, that issue is currently pending before the U.S. Supreme Court.
Yes, ma'am, but we just established that you're not going to let your personal opinions affect your decisions. You're going to follow precedent.
Absolutely. I will follow whatever precedent comes from the Supreme Court.
So let's talk about your personal opinions, which will be irrelevant to your position on the court. Do you believe that minorities need special help to succeed?
Senator, again, I don't have a personal position, and sitting here as a current sitting judge and as nominee,
Have you thought about that?
I am aware that we have given preferential treatment. It's been subject to a lot of different court cases. The issue.
Do you agree with that or disagree with it?
It's not a question, Senator, of whether I agree or disagree. I
Sure
apply the law as it comes before me.
You're being confirmed to the federal bench, and presumably you're a critically thinking person. I'm just asking you what you believe. Let me ask you one more time. Do you believe that minorities in America need special help to succeed? It's a very simple question.
Senator, to the extent policymakers have enacted laws that provide protections,
do you agree with those policymakers?
I am not a policymaker, and as a sitting judge, it is...
You don't have an opinion, or you're just not going to answer. I don't want to waste more time if you're not going to answer.
Senator, as a sitting judge, it is inappropriate for me to comment on my personal views.
No, it's not. We've already established that you're not going to let your personal beliefs interfere with your decisions, so I think you ought to tell us what your personal beliefs are. Do you believe that do you believe in systemic racism?
Senator, again, that's a question for sociologists and academics. I take
You don't have an opinion. You never thought about it.
I take each case as it comes before me on the individual facts.
What is systemic racism?
My understanding is that it's a sociological theory that racism plays a systemic role. But beyond that, I'm not an academic. I'm not a sociologist. I am a judge, and I apply the facts and the law to the cases that come before me.
Right, but you don't have an opinion.
No, Senator, I do not.
Do you have an opinion on anything you'd like to share with us?
Senator, as a sitting judge, it's inappropriate for me to comment on any personal views I might hold.
No, it's not.
Because
we
I would
just
not
established the first question I asked you was, your view of the world does matter. If you never thought about the world, if you never thought about these issues, you're not qualified to be a federal judge. And I think you ought to come here and answer. I think all of you should come here and answer them forthrightly. If I ask you, let me ask you one last question, and I will quickly, Mr. Chairman. Do you believe you sit on the District of Columbia Court of Appeals? Is the District of Columbia Court of Appeals systemically racist?
Senator, as a sitting judge, I think it would be inappropriate for me to comment. I can say all of my colleagues take the cases open-mindedly
But do
and
you
on the
think it's
facts before them.
systemically racist?
I don't think that it is, Senator, but I also
Okay.
don't know if I'm qualified to give that type of assessment.
Well, you sit on the court, right?
I think all of my colleagues take their cases with an open mind, without any prejudice, and faithfully apply the law to the
Well, I'm
facts.
disappointed you won't answer my questions, but I thank the chairman for giving me the extra time.
Thank you, Senator Kennedy. Senator Hirono?
Senator John Kennedy didn't ask trick questions in this hearing. He didn't ask for legal rulings. He didn't ask Judge Alikon to prejudge cases. What Senator Kennedy asked for, repeatedly, was a worldview. And that matters. From the very beginning, Judge Alikon made it clear that personal beliefs would not affect judicial decisions. That's expected. That's the baseline. But Senator Kennedy wasn't satisfied with rehearsed assurances, and he shouldn't be. When Senator Kennedy asked whether minorities need special help to succeed, Judge Alikon avoided the question by citing Supreme Court precedent and pending cases. But here's the issue. Senator Kennedy wasn't asking how Judge Alikon would rule. He was asking what Judge Alikon believes. Those are two different things. Judges are human beings before they are judges. They interpret facts, weigh credibility, and apply discretion every single day. To pretend personal beliefs don't exist, or worse, to refuse to acknowledge having any, is not judicial restraint. It's evasion. And that became even clearer when the conversation moved to systemic racism. Senator Kennedy asked directly, "Do you believe in systemic racism?" Judge Alikon responded by calling it a sociological theory and repeatedly claiming not to have an opinion. That answer should concern anyone watching. Not because there's a right or wrong belief, but because a federal judge claiming to have no opinion at all on one of the most debated concepts in modern law, policy, and society strains credibility. Senator Kennedy said something very important during this exchange. A judge's view of the world matters. He's absolutely right. If a nominee has never thought deeply enough about these issues to articulate a personal perspective, or refuses to share one, then the Senate has every right to question whether that nominee is being fully transparent. And let's talk about the final question. Senator Kennedy asked whether the District of Columbia Court of Appeals, where Judge Alikon serves, is systemically racist. This was a fair question. If systemic racism is real and pervasive, surely it would apply to institutions judges work in every day. Judge Alikon declined again, saying it would be inappropriate, while praising colleagues as fair and open-minded. That response unintentionally proved Senator Kennedy's point. If Judge Alikon can say colleagues are fair, unbiased, and faithful to the law, then Judge Alikon is clearly capable of making institutional assessments, just not ones that are politically sensitive. Senator Kennedy wasn't rude. He wasn't disrespectful. He gave multiple chances to answer. And when those answers never came, he did what senators are supposed to do. He held the nominee accountable on the public's behalf. This hearing wasn't about ideology. It was about honesty. And Senator John Kennedy exposed a pattern we see far too often. Nominees who want lifetime power, but not lifetime scrutiny. That's why this moment matters. And that's why Congress Lens is watching.